Hi everyone, welcome to episode 16 of our Baby Bunting live series. My name is Mel and tonight I'm joined by Dr. Simon and Karin from Life's Little Treasures Foundation. Baby Bunting has been a major supporter of the foundation for over 5 years, and Life's Little Treasures is very close to our hearts here at Baby Bunting, as we are passionate about supporting families every step of their way on their parenting journey. Now, if you do have any questions specifically on the foundation, please leave them in the comments below and we will answer them at the end. So do you both mind just introducing yourselves, telling us a little bit about your background?
Sure. My name's Karin and I'm currently acting CEO for the Life's Little Treasures Foundation. I've been with the foundation now for 13 years, since my son was born premature at 32 weeks, and that was due to preeclampsia and HELLP syndrome. He's now very much a teenager, a 13-year-old boy, and doing very well. And it was my experience of having a prem baby that I wanted to give back to other families and help support them.
Perfect. Thank you very much, and thank you for sharing your story. Dr. Simon?
Yeah, hi. I'm a paediatrician. It's a specialist that looks after children, but particularly my interest and experience is looking after sick newborn babies and preemies, which I've been doing for about 30 years. I don't have and haven't had a preemie child of my own, but I've looked after many preemies and guided many parents through their journey. And that work in Life's Little Treasures is so special to me. And I've been on the board for 2 years.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. So, Karin, we'll start with you. So do you mind telling us a little bit more on the foundation Life's Little Treasures, such as how exactly it started up and who your target audience is?
Okay, so the Life's Little Treasures Foundation supports premature and sick babies. And that's all the way from them being in hospital to their journey and transition to home, to usually up to about the age of 5 is sort of the families that we help. The foundation was started by a group of women who met in hospital, and their babies were getting all the medical care that they needed, but they found that they were lacking a bit of the emotional support. And that's sort of how the foundation developed. Now, when I joined the foundation all those years ago, we had probably 10 people on the database, and I knew everybody on them and knew their whole story. We basically have grown so much in that time, and last year we helped 15,000 families.
That's amazing.
Our aim is to support families emotionally and also with sort of products and services that will make their journey through NICU, which is neonatal intensive care units, and special care nurseries.
Perfect, thank you. So where exactly do you operate?
So our head office is in Ringwood in Melbourne, but we operate in hospitals all around Australia. So we also have staff in Queensland, we also have staff in the ACT, New South Wales, and then we have volunteers all around the country that work in the hospitals and that also work in the community.
Beautiful. Now, I know you touched on it a little bit, but how many people do you have on your team and what sort of roles do they play?
Yep, so we have a total of 9 part-time staff, and basically most of them are in the peer support and the products and services. So we have staff that go into hospitals to help families, and then we also have staff that help within the foundation at head office packing all our products and services to go around, and we've got a few administration staff as well.
Does this also include volunteers?
Oh no, we have probably at the moment over 300 volunteers. The most time that we have a lot of volunteers is for our annual Walk for Prems, but we're always looking for volunteers, and that can be anything from helping us pack in our warehouse to going through our training program and becoming a peer support volunteer, to administration. We can always use help.
Thank you very much. Such a wonderful foundation, such a good cause to definitely get behind. We'll now grab Dr. Simon in to talk to us a little bit more about the technical side of preemie babies. Hello, Dr. Simon.
Hello.
Thank you for your time tonight.
That's fine.
So do you mind just telling us a definition of prematurity and what it is meant by microprems?
Sure. So prematurity is where a baby is born before 37 weeks. By definition, term is 40 weeks. So that's if you're born more than 3 weeks earlier than that's considered as premi. Babies sometimes can be born and survive as small as 22 weeks. It's very unusual. So generally the term micropremi tends to refer to babies born before 28 weeks. So that's at least 12 weeks or 3 months early.
Wow. All right, so understanding that no two stories are the same, can you please provide the audience with a general insight on what families experience with a premature baby?
Yeah. And look, I guess before I do that, I might just sort of expand a little bit about prematurity, and particularly in terms of the size of babies, because that's important as well.
Yeah.
I've just got some examples here. So this is Molly, who was born at term, so 38 weeks, about 3.5 kilos. Nice, happy, healthy, bouncing baby, as you can see. This is little baby Jack, who was born at 26 weeks and 800 grams. And as you can see, it's a lot smaller, a lot tinier. Still very cute. Some babies, or in fact the smallest baby that we've had supported who survived was actually 319 grams. Now this can of no sugar Coke is about 380 grams, so just to put that in perspective. So sometimes babies can be tiny.
Yes, absolutely.
So coming back to your question, which I think was about
what families experience with a premature baby.
Yeah. So look, one of the things about prematurity is that about 8 to 10% of babies are born premi. Most parents early in pregnancy are not expecting to have a premature baby, because 90 to 95% won't be. So it often comes as a surprise, as a shock, and it can be a very difficult time, particularly for mums and dads. If a baby's born at term and everything's fine, mum and baby normally go home together around 2 or 3 days. If a baby's born prematurely, because of their special needs, it's quite likely, particularly under 35 weeks, that the baby will need to stay in hospital while mum goes home, and that can be really stressful.
Yeah, definitely. Now, what are some short-term effects for a premature baby?
Yep. So the main problems, I guess, that premature babies have is that, particularly under 35 weeks, is that they're not able to suck and swallow very well. Yeah. So they often need to be tube fed. So a tube either going through the nose or the mouth into the tummy and fed milk, preferably mum's breast milk that way. If they're really small, if they're sick, sometimes they need to be fed through a drip, either sugar water or a special substance that will help them to grow. Premi babies can also have problems with their hearts and lungs, because babies are not meant to be outside the womb until term. They can also have problems with their eyes and their brain as well.
Yes, so sort of extending on that, long-term effects in terms of development.
So in terms of development, babies who are born premi may not grow as well. Sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't. There can be long-term problems with intellectual development. Very small proportion of premier babies may have problems with cerebral palsy. Reassuring that most premies don't. They may have problems with learning, sometimes with vision and hearing. Yep. But most premies do very well.
Well, wonderful to hear that your foundation is definitely helping out a lot of premi babies out there. Thank you very much. So we'll go back to Karin now.
Thank you.
So Karin, do you mind just giving us a little bit more on what you do?
All right, so I've brought along some of our products today. So we have a lot of different products and services that the foundation offers. All of our products that go into hospitals are given out free to families in hospital to help them. Some of our products can also be bought on our website, but I'll have a little bit of a chat about a couple of them that we hand out for free. So one of them is our Precious Prem Pack. So our Precious Prem Pack basically caters for babies exactly based on their size. So when someone gets a precious prem pack, we look in terms of what gestation they are, if they're a boy or a girl. So this one here, I've got a couple of examples, is for a little boy. So we've got a lovely blue little jacket that was knitted, and his cute blue little beanie on top of that. So it's probably for about a 26, 27 weeker. All of these knitted items are generously donated by a whole heap of knitting groups, different nursing homes, and all different clubs that sort of help us, which is amazing. We couldn't do it without them. They also get a little teddy bear and, of course, a cute little isolate jacket that's got all the little buttons to help with tubes and so forth, along with different resources and information. That's one of our items that goes out to families. We have our sibling colouring in book called My Colourful Journey, and this book was specifically developed to help siblings of premature babies understand what's going on. So it's all illustrated and it has questions inside, and it helps them sort of understand this whole new world that they've been thrown into as well, not just the parents, it's also the other children in the family. One of our biggest sort of most in-demand product is our little bag of calm. So this is very much based on taking a moment for yourself as a parent. We've got in there some of our art therapy, which, you know, in terms of colouring helps them. We've got a journal in there. We've also got a little box of calming cards, and it has things like be kind to yourself or I'm strong. So some affirmation cards to help you through the trauma you're going through, as well as our famous pocket hearts. And each of these have been hand sewn, and everybody gets a pocket heart to let them know that someone's thinking of them. We have on top of that our guiding hand, which is basically an information resource to help families understand what's going on, you know, in NICU and special care. Most of the time, you don't plan to have a premature baby. It happens, and it happens very quickly. So this book was designed to answer a lot of parents' questions of where the journey they've been thrown into. Currently, with everything that's going on in the world with COVID-19, we've developed a lot of our products to now be digital. So while we've had to have our warehouse closed and so forth, we've got a digital precious prem pack, so people can still access all our resources. So we've found that despite everything that's happening, we've got a massive demand on our resources, so we've made allowances and changed a lot of things to digital.
That is fantastic. And outside of COVID-19, what sort of services do you run?
So we also have our NICU Food from the Heart program, which includes NICU Connections. And part of that is a brekkie bar. So we provide brekkie bars in parents' room or in hospitals all around Australia. And the aim of that is the theory of food brings people together. So parents get a good, nutritious breakfast, and they can spend time and bond with their babies, which is really important that, you know, they have that family connection. We also have the NICU Connections, which is a morning tea that allows parents to share their stories. So we provide resources during that morning tea. We encourage parents to get together and sort of talk through their stories. And some might come for weeks and not say anything, and then say something in the 5th or 6th week, and some feel they want to share straight away. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. Even with that, with COVID-19, we have now developed a NICU Connections online. So we've created a digital community to still, particularly for parents who are in hospital, who are more isolated than ever, for them to still to be able to connect with each other.
Very important for them to know they're not alone.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And that's one of our, you know, big catch cries, is that we're here to help you. We're, you know, a shoulder to cry on and an ear to listen.
That is beautiful. Lovely. All right, so Walk for Prems is your annual fundraiser, which Baby Bunting is proud presenting partner of.
Mm-hmm.
What have you planned for the walk this year, and when will it be run?
Okay, so the walk is still going ahead. It will be on the 25th of October. We've basically made arrangements, whatever the circumstances may be, whether it's going to be virtual or whether we're going to be able to hold walks. We've still got it planned for 10 locations around Australia. Baby Bunting have been an amazing sponsor of this walk for many years now, and we couldn't do it without you. As you said, it is our big fundraiser. It enables us to provide all these services and products free to families, and we still plan for it to go ahead.
When exactly are you planning for it to go ahead?
So it is the 25th of October, a same day at all locations.
And how can people get involved?
So registrations will open on roughly around the 1st of July at walkforprems.org.au. You can go on there now and register your interest, and on there you can register for the location you're interested in, or you can also already register for a virtual walk, but that won't open until July.
Wonderful, thank you so much. We'll get Dr. Simon to just come back in for any questions, Nat. No questions? All right, well, thank you so much both for your time tonight. It was so wonderful to get an insight on your foundation. It's such an awesome foundation to get behind for sure, and Baby Bunting are very proud to be behind it for sure.
And we're so very happy for Baby Bunting to be supporting us.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Great partnership.
Thank you.
Not a problem at all. Thank you everyone for watching tonight. Tune in next time for one of our great lives. Have a good night.